Good morning and hello, I'm Professor Code and this is the Forex Supermodel Racing Review for Thursday the 8th of September 2022. Quick look at the results for Wednesday the 7th then. Yesterday we were at Carlisle on the flat, the 140. We had a go at a couple of horses in this race. We had a go at the FTO, which was first time outer, which was number 2, Butron, which came 8th at 17 to 2. We got 11.36. And we also had to go at this number 3, Galaxy Gazer, which came 3rd at 11 to 4, and we got 2.3 to 1, so 9 to 4 plus. So we did worse there. So both those lost. So we lost equivalent of £3.50 per £8 unit. Exposure 0.4375 loss. So the accounts come down a little bit to plus 69.45 units in profit. Right, what happened there then? Well, basically it's a sort of a rerun of the day before. We had a going change. It went from, let's have a look, what did it go from? It went from good to soft. So you could put 30% of the poor performance down to that. And the other 70% was poor analysis. If you look at yesterday's video, you can see that we said that Galaxy Gazer had been first time out of Beverley, and it raced freely rail, and we said it started to flail. Now we gave that horse the benefit of the doubt. Beverley's quite a good fit for Carlisle. It's a very stiff course, and we shouldn't have given it the benefit of the doubt. Clearly, this horse faded and didn't have the guts to go through with the hill, particularly on the good to soft. So another error which we paid for basically. And the day before we had a similar situation where the horse faded in the heavy going. So and previous to that, we've had some break-even hedges or minor losses. And we've had a mistake on Squealer, which was not very clever either. So that's why the account's coming down. Anyway, so that's where we are. We're in a bit of a lull at the moment, but hopefully we can turn it around today. So we'll stop it there and write up today's racing. Right, we're back. We've written up today's racing then for Thursday the 8th of September 2022. We do have a filter 1 today, which is a structural type filter or a route type filter. And it's a Doncaster on the flat in the 235. It's the Mayhill Stakes Group 2 fillies, Class 1, 2-year-old, 8 furlongs good. And the going's likely to deteriorate slightly, so it might be good to soft in places. So that's something to think about maybe. Anyway, we're going to blast through that. So what do we know about 8 furlongs at Doncaster? Well, it's model 95. Dundalk and Lingfield on the all-weather are 96, slightly quicker. Kempton and Newcastle are a match. Wolverhampton slow at 93, and Chelmsford and Southall are favourites slower at 92. So it's mid to quick, but it'll be tempered a little bit by good to soft in places. So that's the context. Right, there's about 10 in the race. We've latched onto this number 8 Navake, or however you say it. And what do we like about that horse? It's had 2 runs. It first came out on the 16th of the 7th at Doncaster in a novice filly stakes. 7 furlong good to firm, model 97. So Doncaster is a match. It's a furlong shorter. So that's pretty similar conditions, and that won very nicely. The second was rated 91, decent race. So then it went to on the 6th of August, 6th of the 8th, Newmarket July course, Sweet Solera Group 3, 7 furlong good to firm. That's modelled 97. Right. What do we know? Well, the Sweet Solera G3 used to be a very standard route to winning the Mayhill. So in other words, they used to use that as a stepping stone, the Sweet Solera, feed into the Mayhill, and used to be a very strong route in. And so it's got that going for it. Recently that's not been quite so true, but that route is always there. It makes a lot of sense. This horse, Navaki, has been entered in the Fillies Mile, which is a Group 1, which is the next obvious target after the Sweet Solera, so that sort of ties in as well. And if you look at the breeding of the horse and the ownership and all the rest of it, it's got the class and the right sort of profile to be a decent horse and win this type of contest. So obviously there's dangers. You've got this dance in the glass and various, which is 11 to 10 and so forth. But we put just over £3 per £8 unit, so 305. So in our case, £305 on to win. We've got 10.26 on average to 1. So we've got over 10 to 1. And we've got exposure of 0.38 of a unit. So that's what we're doing. This is the sort of, it's got all the right profile and credentials to win that horse. And the odds are very favourable, 10 to 1. We expect that to shorten anyway. So we'll see how we go. That's the sort of risk return we like. Whether it's going to win is obviously unknown. But it's got all the feeds. It's got a filter 1 feed. It's got a root feed. It's got the right breeding. It's entered up going forward. And if you look at the running, you can see it's got a slightly rounded action, that horse, which will suit good to soft in places. So it's a fairly sensible selection on our part as far as we're concerned. So we'll see how we go, and hopefully we can turn this dry patch up. So thanks for subscribing, thanks for watching, and goodbye.